Hi everyone, Stuart here. I hope you're all safe and well. Today we're going to have a look at our short chipping in and around the greens. Such a vital part of the game to get right, as if done properly or out on the course it can really help with those up and downs, keep the momentum going and keeping those scores nice and low. So today we're going to have a look at 3 simple tips to help improve this aspect of the game. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the setup, and in particular how close we should be standing to the ball. So often I see players get a little bit too far away from the ball, more into their normal setup. Unfortunately, on such a short shot like this is going to encourage the club to come a little bit lower and more inside on the way back. That ultimately means you're going to come into a little bit too shallow, very easy to catch the ground or hit a thin shot for coming too much from the inside on a short shot like this. So an area in the setup that we can really help to avoid that happening is getting closer to the ball. So a little bit of a way to help with that is get that shaft a little bit more upright. That allows us to stand much closer to the ball. It also gives us the benefit of, in this upright shaft position, we're much more likely to keep that club on play and get a more upright backswing than we would if the shaft was lower. The more natural course for it is to go low and inside on a shallow path. So getting in a little bit closer, getting that club a little bit more upright. Another good one is to help getting closer is going down the grip a little bit. That really helps control the club face a little bit more by getting down the grip a little bit too. So club shaft a little bit more upright and down the grip, and you can see I'm much closer than I was for my normal setup with this club. And that essentially will give me a lot more control and allow this club to go a little bit more up on a steeper plane and keep that club in a much better position on the way back, as opposed to that low inside position, which can lead to a whole load of problems. So in the setup, get yourself nice and close. So many of the top players in the world, if you watch them next on the TV for a short shot like this, you'll be amazed how close they stand to the ball, help improve that control and consistency of strike. So once we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is have a little talk about that backswing. Now, I mentioned that we want to get a really good plane, that club going back nice and straight on the way back. You can see when my club shaft is level with the ground, I like to see that club head either in line with the hands like you see it there, or a little bit outside. From that position we can turn through and be nice and passive with the hands, hitting nice shots. If, like I say, the thing we really want to avoid is this lower, more round the corner position, because like I say, it's really difficult to strike the ball consistently from this and keep that club face nice and square impact. So one of the favourite drills that I've seen for this, a nice simple theory, is I've laid a stick down on the ball to target line, basically the line of the ball to the target. And when I've laid that yellow stick down on the ground, and imagining a wall going straight up from there. And all I'm simply going to think is, when I'm into this good set position that we talked about, I'm imagining my club head going up the wall, down the wall, and in and away from it on the way through. Like I say, want to avoid this club going away from the wall on the way back, getting that club too much from the inside. Okay, so I'm going to give that one a go. Going up the wall, down the wall, and in. A nice strike, getting it nice and close. That really helps get the club going back straight and slightly steepens the angle into the ball, helping with that strike as well. So a really good drill to practice is just quite simply going up the wall, down the wall, and in and away from the wall. Finally, the last drill that last tip that I want to give you is about rotation through. So vital on a short shot to make sure that our body is turning through towards the target. I so often see people with very little rotation, which ends up leading to far too risky motions, very easy to lean back if we're not turning through it as well, catching the ground before the ball. So what we're really going to try and do is, you see if I start putting a little bit more shoulder motion into this, how much more passive my hands become, a lot less flicking and staying square with the body. So a little tip to help with this is really, all I want to do is make sure that my feet are a little bit narrower, helps me turn through it, and also have my toes slightly pointing towards the target. Both of these things will help me turn through towards the target and keep good rotation of the upper body when you're hitting the pitch shot. Stop those hands flicking too much. So quite simply, all I'm going to do is narrow the stance, feet slightly pointing towards the target, and then from there all I'm going to do is make sure that I'm facing the target after I've made contact there. I'm turning through to face the target, not just staying straight with the chest there. So I'd like you to give those a little go, but just before we go away I'm going to hit one more shot and just go over all those points. Is first of all standing much closer to the ball, getting that shaft more upright and going down the grip, giving myself much more control and helping get a steeper backswing. Once I'm there, I'm going to use the stick to imagine myself going up the wall, down the wall and in, and making sure that I turn through to face the target with a narrower stance. Feet pointing towards the target will help with this as well, so let's give that a go. There we go. A nice strike each time, making sure getting it nice and close to the target there as well. So give that a go, let me know how you get on, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks very much.